etc., serving kind of the supply side of the Olympics, building facilities, Centennial Park, that sort of thing, getting those things ready. So a lot of the income that would have gone into the hands of residents and benefited the community actually went into the hands of firms and workers. Also, another study revealed that only 31% of the ACOG expenditures would actually produce economic legacies. What this means basically is that economic legacy would be the future use of a facility, future media exposure, future community benefits, basically both tangible and intangible measures of wealth and income that would come into the city. So what they had originally expected, I believe, was somewhere in the range of 60 to 70, is actually 31%. So basically, in conclusion, it's not yet, it's been discussed, but it's kind of debated whether or not the expenses that Atlanta used for the games actually were worth the long-term benefits that came about. Some people think that it was a lot of money spent for very little benefit, and other people think it was well worth it. In the end, it's kind of still certain. The only thing that they basically agree on is that the Atlanta Committee on the Games way overestimated the positive benefits.
Next, I'm going to talk about the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney, Australia. Unlike the Atlanta Games, where it can be debated whether they were a success or not, it's clear through all the studies that the Sydney Olympics were a huge success for Australia and New South Wales, which is the southeastern state of Australia, which Sydney is located. Overall, the Sydney Olympics created over $6 billion worth of international exposure for Australia. Leading up to the games, there were over 200 events, such as like business fairs and things like that brought over 200,000 people into Australia and over $1 billion into the Australian economy. 6 new venues were created for the Olympics in Sydney, such as like stadiums and parks and things like that. Obviously, these venues need labor, and over 29,000 full-time jobs were created for these